So, good morning, everybody. Very nice to meet you here virtually. I'm really happy that I can be part of this virtual show of Espocada. Thank you very much for having us with our new Zimmer Rohde collection. And I'm excited to show you our new autumn collection, which is called Modern Graphics this morning. And first of all, I would like to start to tell you a little bit about the inspiration of our new collection. And I would like to share my screen with you. So the new, as I already mentioned, the title of our new Zimmer Rohde collection is Modern Graphics. Modern graphics, let's say it's the geometrical forms and modern shapes always have a long tradition in the Zimmer Rohde collection. And since last year was the 100th anniversary of the German Bauhaus movement, we thought it's a nice opportunity to again highlight some very clear modern geometric forms also in our Zimmer Rohde collection. And that's why we choose this title, Modern Graphics. It's a collection dedicated to modern geometric graphic, acting as a cultural liberation in a way, pioneering disciplines of new, clear aesthetics and technical innovation. The aesthetics of art and architecture, as we know them today, were significantly influenced by the Industrial Revolution, which took place around 1900. So, in a way, we have a look into the past to find a new design language for today and for the future. So in this time, new serious production methods became an option for the first time. The result was transformation of the creative process. So it was also part of the industrialization which took place in these times. So it was possible to produce products in a bigger number. It was not, because before we only had the handmade things, but then there were like new weaving machines and also in other areas for furniture, also for buildings, there were new possibilities in the new technologies to reproduce beautiful products and to make them available for more people than before. Probably one of the most important institution these times were the Bauhaus, which was founded in the 1920s, 1919. That's why last year was the 1-year anniversary. Here you see the Bauhaus building where everything started and where everything, this was also the Bauhaus school. And here you see some beautiful examples of Bauhaus architecture. I mean, the Bauhaus movement is very, very well known for his new way of architecture. So here you can see details of buildings from the Bauhaus time or influenced by the Bauhaus. Here you see a kind of a graphic where you see the holistic thinking of the Bauhaus. So for them, the whole living, the designing, the creating of things, building houses, producing furniture, also art, paintings, even dance, and of course also textiles, were all part of this whole general life concept. Sorry, this is in German, but here you see, all these different materials like stone, wood, metal, fabrics, color, glass, stoneware. All these materials were involved into this design process and were seen as a holistic concept. One of the most important teachers and also one of the founders of the Bauhaus was Laszlo Moholy-Nagy, which is a very well-known artist, but also like people like Oskar Schlemmer, who created the Triadische Ballet, which you see here in these beautiful costumes in the black and white photo on the left. You see also like, you know, lamps, table lamps, chairs, a teapot, a carpet. So you see any kind of product and thing which influences our living at home was part of this very general new design concept. Here you see Annie Albers, the wife of the famous painter Albers, on the loom, and this is a textile woven by her, which you see on the left. So you see that also textiles were playing a very important role in the Bauhaus time. So this is just, I think you all know maybe quite a lot about Bauhaus because it's a very famous movement. So this is just a short introduction about the world we were inspired by. So this is the Bauhaus logo, the first Bauhaus logo, the circle with a very abstract face. And this is already the inspiration for the first fabric in our collection. And you see it here on one of our interior photos in the background. And now I would like to start with the fabric presentation. Can you see me again? Okay, perfect. So I start here with the first fabric, which is called Silhouette. You have seen it already on this photo I have shown you in the presentation. And it's a beautiful jacquard design playing with very thin hand-drawn lines, playing with sateen surface, but also beautiful textured surfaces. It's mostly black and white, but here you can see also very nice that we play with a second shade, a very light beige here in a sateen, which makes this design a little bit more three-dimensional and very interesting and elegant. The second fabric I show you is a plain sheer. It's made of 100% flame retardant polyester. I also come a little bit closer to the camera that you can see the texture. It's woven with a beautiful flame yarn, which gives a very lively texture to the surface. And you see it has a nice transparency, so much light comes into the room, but still has a beautiful texture decorative effect on the window. Of course, all our fabrics also come in different colors. So, for example, this sheer fabric, which is called twine, comes in a beautiful range of soft and neutrals, which you can see here on the color line. The next fabric is a print, a digital print on a very special 3-meter wide polyester ground. You can see here it has a very nice lively texture as well. This comes from the production technique, which is a 3-layered weaving, and in between there are yarns floating, and therefore we have this very lively texture. And on top we have this digital print, which is inspired by a handmade Japanese technique, which is called shibori, where you reserve areas in the fabric and then dye it, and then you get this very soft color effects. Of course, in our case, it's produced as a digital print, but the look is like this handmade shibori technique. It's called wind gust. Then, of course, we also have a beautiful upholstery. This one is called Oxford. And in the Bauhaus area, for example, also the planes and textures were very important, and the experimenting with different yarns and different twisting of yarns. And this is a very nice example of such a beautiful textured surface where we played with different flame yarns. In the warp, we have a very thick two-colored yarn, and in the weft we have a very expressive also two-colored flame yarn, which gives this nice horizontal effect to the fabric. Oxford, of course, comes also in a wide color range, and I show you here the waterfall. I hope you can see a little bit the colors. I see that with this camera it's not so easy to see the colors very well. They appear a little bit more pale than in the real life. Our second upholstery for this collection is called Nelson. Nelson is a very chunky chenille quality, which plays also with a very cozy texture. And this is a combination of a melange sateen in the warp and a very thick and chunky chenille in the weft. And you see, you can already see how it drapes. It's very soft, and it has a very nice and cozy touch to it. That one is called Nelson. Both articles have very good martindale, so they're very durable and easy care. And this is the waterfall of Nelson. Both of these upholstery fabrics are presented in a little book, and they are combined in this ZR book, where you can find all the colorways of both fabric, Nelson and Oxford. To give you the precise martindale, so Nelson has 100,000 rubs martindale, so it's very, very durable, and Oxford has 55,000, so we are really here on the side. Talking about experiments and textures, we have here a beautiful heavy drapery quality in a very nice rustic natural look. It's called Zuma, and Zuma is a composition of cotton, linen, and a little bit polyester in the warp to give it some stability, and it plays here also with this handcrafted look with these different linen yarns which are floating a little bit on the surface. And you see here, just to show you a little bit the drape, it's quite heavy but still has a beautiful, nice, soft drape. Here it's a beautiful taupe color, a little bit of warm stony gray, and these are the colors. Of course, we have also light colors, silver, the color we have seen here, and the even darker chocolate brown, which is also very elegant. Talking about geometric designs, we have seen silhouette already, which is quite precise and working with very thin lines. Our second example for geometric design is a little bit more organic, a little bit more elegant, and it's called Tangle. And you see here, it's embroidered on 100% linen sateen ground. You see it in the light. It has a certain glaze, not a strong shine, but a very elegant glaze on the surface, because it's this sateen weave in the linen. And then we work with a two-colored yarn for the embroidery, which is dyed in a very artisanal way, very traditionally, also in an ikat technique, where we reserve certain parts of the yarn, and then we get this two-colored effect. And then we have here several rows of embroidered yarn to make this design very nice, visible, and therefore we get this beautiful, lively, and a little bit also random melange effect in the design motif. Another color of Oxford, also a neutral one, and a beautiful texture again in a 3-meter wide quality, a composition of cotton, linen, a little bit of viscose and polyester. It's called Pulse. And Pulse is a very light drapery. Almost you see the light still comes through, but it's not transparent. So it's a beautiful light drapery fabric, which needs not so much space on the window. That's very nice sometimes, because if you have the heavy fabrics, sometimes you need always very big rooms. But here you see it drapes also very, very soft, and you can put it together very nicely. And if you open it, you have this beautiful texture, very nicely visible. So here you can use a lot of fabric on the window, and still has a very subtle, nice playing effect. This was the gray color, but we also have a beautiful blush pink here. And of course, also here, I have a nice color range to show you. But not only the neutrals are important, we also have here a very nice, also a blush red with a little touch of pink inside in our upholstery Oxford, always in the melange with black. Looks very elegant. And another color variation of tangle on this silver gray sateen ground with black and white embroidery. I would like to show you also some blue. Blue, also very popular color at the moment, and always elegant, calming down the color scheme in a room. Our chunky chenille weave Nelson, which we have seen in the white color before, one of our 2 upholstery fabrics. And then I have a very interesting article, which is drapery and upholstery at the same time. So it's double purpose. So it's a beautiful fabric made out of 50% cotton and 50% polyester. And it has really a lot of performances. So you can use it as a heavy drapery. You can use it as an upholstery with 35,000 rubs Martindale. And you can also use it as an acoustic fabric. It has also very good acoustic properties if you have problems with an empty room, if the acoustics are not good. So this is also a very good thing. And then the last thing, which is, let's say, one of the most important things about this fabric, is that this quality is 100% recycled quality. So the sustainability of products also in these times is becoming a very, very important issue. And this is the first fabric in our collection. Several more will follow in the next collection, but this is our first article, which is 100% recycled quality. So the 50% polyester are recycled materials from PET bottles, taking from land and from sea, and the 50% cotton is 100% garment recycled cotton. So it's really 100% sustainable fabric, and because of the mix of polyester and cotton, it's durable and has a very nice natural hand and feel at the same time. So here we have the color line, very soft, natural colors, but also beautiful blue, light green, a little bit yellow, and some ochre. Wind gust in blue, Oxford in blue. And I see time is running a little bit. So one of our beautiful prints we have wind gust. And this is another variation of a beautiful print, which is called strokes. It's more or less produced on a very similar quality. We also work here with a multi-layered effect of this quality and have a burnout print with this modern stroke design on top. So maybe one last color world very quickly in a more like a natural ochre color. We have here Pulse, our melange double with light deco. Again, Oxford with a touch of gold inside. A beautiful golden or almost brass color of our flame retardant sheer, which is called Twine. And last but not least, a very elegant colorway of our signature fabric of this collection, Silhouette, with some golden highlights. So that was where the fabric presentation. And to finish, I would like to share with you again my screen and show you some images of our photo production where you can see the fabrics in the room. Second. So here we are back in our presentation. Here we saw this already, Silhouette in a living room. Does it work? No. Here we have made Silhouette up as pillows. The next picture, you see Silhouette even on a chair. So it's a very elegant drapery fabric, and on the left you see also very nicely the different textures and the different surfaces of the jacquard weave. But it's also durable enough to upholster it on chairs, and that's also, I think, a very nice decorative effect to use it in that way. So here you see just a little explanation of the recycled cotton. So they are really old fabrics from which are leftovers from garment production used to recycle the cotton. First, they are cut into little pieces, and then the next step is that you have kind of a fiber mix to produce the new cotton yarn, and the result is this beautiful melange fabric, which you can see here, made up as pillows, very modern geometric pillows. Yeah, here you see our FR sheer twine at the window. In the foreground, you see Oxford, our structural upholstery weave, and in the background from our spring collection, one of our outdoor fabrics, Curacao. Here you see Tangle in the room. You see it has a really nice decorative effect. It really gives a lot of character to an interior. Very modern and elegant. And here you see the yarn, the embroidery, how the embroidery yarn is dyed in a very artisanal way to prepare for this two-colored embroidery. Nelson on the chair and our textured weave on the window. In the bedroom. And here you see Remix again as a drapery fabric at the window. So you see it still leaves some light in the room. So it's a heavy quality, but does not really darken out the room completely, which I think is very nice. Windgust, our digital print on this very special 3-layered semi-sheer ground, seen here in the window, and on the sofa you see again Nelson, our new upholstery. Strokes in a very modern surrounding with this green Arne Jacobsen chair, a design classic. And some beautiful colors of Pulse, our very light linen, cotton, polyester drapery with this nice natural melange effect. Here's Pulse on the window with a nice framing in a second color of the same quality. Nelson, some examples of colors of Nelson. And also some color inspiration, what you can do with this collection color-wise. So you can go into very neutral, very elegant, natural color schemes, but as well you can go in quite intense and strong color schemes, supported by our already classics in the collection, like the Infinity Cord, which you know from the spring collection, or also Kakadu and Downtown, two beautiful drapery velvets, which always give a good highlight when you use them in these strong colors. So that was the Zimmer Rohde collection, autumn, from my side. Thank you very much for watching. And do you still have questions? I think there is some time for questions.
So the question was, Bauhaus is very popular with Russian designers. Do you expect that this thing will be... and I was asking, whenever in your experience, how do Russian designers react to geometric prints that you produce? How popular are they? When it comes to practical...
I hope geometric designs are also popular in Russia, if you know the Bauhaus movement very well.
I mean in your personal experience with your products, just how much do you get, how much in demand your geometric fabrics are with Russians? Because designers...
I don't know yet. I mean, we will see it. We will see, because we are just launching the collection, so we will see how it will be received.
And do you mostly work with the designers, or do you also work with final customers? How does it work with you?
Now Zimmer Rohde deals with the designers. We don't sell to final customers. We only sell to the designers. We only do, let's say, B2B business.
Good. I was asking because sometimes there is a difference between what designers like and what the final customers likes, because customers are sometimes afraid of some strong choices. So that's why I was asking about your experience, maybe from before, because Zimmer Rohde had some strong collections before as well. So how was it? What was the reaction on the Russian market? That's the question.
Now I see. Now I got the question. Thanks. Well, you know, every collection has its DNA in a way. So I have to say, I would say in Russia, the geometric designs are well received. They are liked. If they are not too strict, you know, I think they have to have something a bit playful, but they are better, from my experience, they are better received than flowers or, you know, or like birds or something like this. So I have the feeling that the more that kind of elegant, ornamentic is quite well received, and let's say doesn't matter if it's a bit more contemporary, like we have it in the Zimmer collection, or later on you will see in the Art collection, also quite geometric designs, but more, you know, more ornamental, more elegant. But I think both ways of clear and geometric design can work in the market. Of course, I know exactly what you mean with that. The interior designers, let's say, they are always ahead of time. They know very well what is popular. They like strong characters also in fabrics, and sometimes the end customer is not that brave. So therefore, of course, in general, we sell more beautiful textures and planes, what we have a lot also in the collection, because sometimes maybe the bigger designs, I mean, we love a window with a really nice decorative fabric, but sometimes it's just a beautiful chair in a geometric design, or a beautiful pillow to give the interior a little highlight, let's say.
Well, thank you very much for the presentation. The collection is beautiful, and I congratulate you on that. And I believe that this one will be very popular in Russia because, as you know, you had Bauhaus and we had constructivism, and so there certainly would be a place to use these things in the very Russian interiors. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm so glad. Thank you for having me.
We're applauding. Do you hear us? We're applauding. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye, Stefan. Bye bye, Frankfurt.